What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I wanted to share something that is going to be very surprising to a lot of people, but before we start the video, let me give you this disclaimer. I do not promote or encourage you to do the same. I do not promote underwatering because it can be very risky. It all depends upon the environment and climate. This was pure negligence from my end. Both of these succulents were not watered from the end of October until today. It hasn't been watered. So a lot of people have questions, how long can a succulent go without watering? There is no definite answer to it because it all depends upon your environment, your climate, the type of succulent and the season you are in. Now both of these succulents are from the genus of haworthia. I'll put up the names on the screen. Now, there are certain things. Why did these succulents survive and they did not get a dry rot without being watered for almost 2.5 months, 3 months, close to? Now, the reason is because these succulents were placed in the north side. Basically, there is a lot of indirect bright light, really good intensity, but no direct sunlight. And as I mentioned, I did not water them from the end of October, but as you all know, it was raining in and off in between November, December. Not very heavy rains, but it was raining. There was a lot of moisture in the environment. So probably the succulent happened to take that moisture from the environment, or there could have been a little bit of water that might have end up in the succulent pots. I'm not very sure because I didn't even pay attention to that location. I completely forgot. Only today when I was doing a little bit of cleaning, I realized that there are 2 pots in that corner. I got them out and I noticed that, well, they are not in a very bad condition, but I wouldn't say that they are in a very good condition as well. There are ample amount of pups, but what's surprising to me is that they are not extremely dehydrated. Yes, the leaves are soft, but they are not very dehydrated, like wherein there are ample amount of wrinkles coming up. You can still see that. Now there are a couple of reasons. One, because it's winters. As I've mentioned this earlier as well, during winters succulents do not need a lot of water. Probably that could have been a reason. They were not in direct sunlight, so the dry rot will not happen. Of course, if this succulent was in morning direct sunlight for 7 hours, they would have definitely got a dry rot. Without being watered for almost 2.5 months, they would have definitely got a dry rot, but because they were in indirect bright light, so they have survived. Secondly, the season, it's the winter season, so that has not affected it much. Probably if it was the summers, they would have got dehydrated or they would have started to dry out much faster. But now that I've noticed it, of course, I'm going to be watering it and taking care of it. But these are the reasons why they did not get a dry rot or they did not completely dry out. It's because they were in indirect bright light. The climate is winters, it is cold, and in that month of November, December, there were a little bit of showers. Probably because of the wind, the water might have sprinkled on them, and because they were not in direct sunlight, even if the water was on their leaves, they did not get burnt because there was no direct sunlight falling on them. So there are various factors that could have contributed to not letting the succulent die or dry out. One is because of the winters, no direct sunlight, but ample amount of indirect bright light. The reason why I'm mentioning indirect but bright light with good amount of intensity is because both of these succulents have not stretched, which means that there was a good amount of light. So all of these factors might have helped the succulent to survive. Now, of course, they are under my attention, so I'm going to try and take best care. Repotting will not be done. First, I have to hydrate them, let them grow and get stronger, and then probably I can do a cutting or probably a repotting. Cutting, I'm not very sure because the pups are very small, so I will wait for them to grow probably double or triple the size, and then I can separate the pups. But the first thing that I'm going to be doing is I'll be doing a complete watering until the water starts passing through the drain hole. So that's about it, guys. Please don't take a wrong message from this video. Do not try this out. Probably your environment is very different from my environment. and very soon we are getting into the summer season, so it is not a very good idea to keep them underwatered for this long. This was just pure negligence from my end, but the succulent is giving me a second chance and I do not want to miss out on that. So that's about it, guys. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.